everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. So if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I hope you enjoy my painting videos. By the way, yesterday I celebrated my 5th year anniversary on YouTube as an art teacher. I've been painting, I've been showing you the process of my paintings for 5 years already, and wow, it actually felt like longer than that because I've been painting since 2017, but I only started my uh, channel, well, at least actively on in 2020. So it kind of feels that it's been a while, but um, in reality, it's just 5 years. But for me, that 5 years meaning that I've been productive, really productive during that time. Also include the that period, that 3 year period before I started my YouTube channel, include that period from 2017 to 2020. Those were also my productive years. But I think my since I started my YouTube channel, I think that was the beginning of a more productive what do you call this, years for me, of a more productive years for me, simply because I'm not only painting for myself, but also for other people to learn from me. Yeah, so that was a quite long intro. But yes, today I'll be painting a cactus because I really love cactuses. I mean, or cacti. I think cactus plants are very unique and also quite simple to do. But then, since they are very simple to do, we'll do our very best to make it as realistic as possible. And whenever I do cactus paintings, I do my very best to make them look dimensional with the light play and also with some depth. All right, so I'm using an 11 by 14 canvas paper. You can use any canvas size that you want for yourselves. And for the sketch, I'll be using some greens. But let me tell you the colors that I'll be using for today's tutorial. We have Oxide Black, green, lemon yellow, burnt sienna, titanium white, and some light brown. This light brown, you can produce this color by combining your burnt sienna plus white and just mix, and then mix until you reach this type of brownie color. So just experiment, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna sketch first the subject. I'm gonna use my green color like this. All right, and then we'll be doing like a one plant cactus. I'm so excited. So it's really huge, but again, my tendency is to paint really big. I don't want to ruin the proportion. So it's actually looking like a pineapple, but it's a cactus. Okay, like that. It's like a head of something. Okay, like that. Maybe that's it. And then I'm gonna get my burnt sienna. You don't have to wash your brush for this. This is just sketching. Like that. So this will be the pot. You can wet your brush so that you can glide the brush smoothly on the canvas. Okay. I'm so excited because we'll be doing some, what do you call those parts of the cactus, the thorns? Yeah, the thorns that are actually the protective mechanism of a cactus. I sound like a science teacher. Mhm. All right, and then I'm gonna continue right down to the bottom of the pot. I'm going to make my pot like stout, and I really want to balance the plant and the pot. I don't want to have a huge cactus and then a small pot. That would be really like weird looking. Of course, this is just a sketch. If you see asymmetrical areas, we can definitely correct that later. But for now, just for you to have an idea of where things are gonna go. So now let's start underpainting the cactus. So for the underpainting of the plant, I'm gonna use my burnt sienna plus green to make some muted green or green oxide. If you have your green oxide, use that directly. I'm gonna add tiny bit of black because I really want some dark green as the base color. So it should be really, really dark green, okay? But if you've got your green oxide, you can just add black to that. You don't have to add brown. Okay, I'm gonna make it really dark green. Okay, maybe this is, okay, perfect. I'm gonna use this to underpaint the main plant. Okay, maybe I'm gonna add more black because I really want this to be black. Underpainting is supposed to be um what do you call this, darker. Just like that. And I can get my black just to darken even more the centermost part of this cactus. Okay, let's just darken the centermost portion. Okay, that's the underpainting for the head. It looks like a head, like a hair, like the back of a person's head. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my brown. I'm not washing my brush, I'm just wetting it. And I'm just gonna use this mixture of black and brown to create the depth on the pot. And maybe I'm gonna add more black to that, just like this. I'm gonna add more black because the brown is very brown. And I'm just gonna go right here. Also, right here. Okay, like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna wash my brush out, or you can definitely use another brush. Just gonna wash it because I want to use this brush. Now let's use some light brown, but I'm gonna mix this light brown with my burnt sienna. So it's just adding darkness or dark colors to your already existing light brown. I know it's weird because, but yeah, this is how I do it. And I'm gonna use this color to underpaint the pot that you see here. Actually, you can use a different color for the pot. It's just that it matches. Brown matches the green color, and I love it. And it's very typical, typical that you see that in the gardens or in your houses, right here. Okay. And we are just doing the underpainting for everything, okay? We're not doing any detailing just yet. And that's all fun and games for me whenever I do the detailing part. It's just fun. Okay, for this, for the right side of everything, I'm gonna darken them, okay? So if you want to darken your colors, just add black. So if I'm using a light brown, I'm just gonna add black to that so that it's darker. Again, we're gonna play with some light color. I mean, with the light. We're gonna play with the light here. I'm not gonna make it a flat looking subject. Try to blend a little. And then using black, I'm gonna wet my brush. Using some black, I'm just gonna just gonna create some line right here that separates the brim. Is it the brim? I'm not sure if I'm speaking the English word correctly. The brim of the pot. If I'm wrong, just comment in the comment section. But I think it's the brim. All right, just like that. So this will serve as the shadow for that. And I might further darken this section. Okay, like that. And I'm gonna wash my brush out. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna change brush because it's quite big. So I'm gonna use my light brown now. Okay, my light brown mixed with tiny bit of black because I want that browny color to be muted. And to mute the colors, you simply add your black colors, usually, all right? Usually. So I'm gonna do a horizontal brush stroke from left to right. Okay, just like this to highlight the left part. Okay, that and also right here. And then just like what we did right here, we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna darken that. I'm gonna get my brown and black just to darken everything on the right side because the light is coming from somewhere and there should be some contrast between the sides of the object that we're looking at. Try to make some blending. I know that it might be a little difficult for some if you're just starting, but do your best. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my white paint later to delete some, paints that are outside the outline. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out just a little bit, just to remove the intensity of the colors. I'm gonna go in between the browns so that there's some sort of, this is where the two colors meet, and we want that to soften the edges of the shadow and the light. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. Oh my gosh. All right, and then I'm gonna use another brush just to be quick. I'm gonna get my white and use a little bit of water to make it watery. I'm gonna slide that color right on the left side to highlight even further the left side and try to blend a bit. Since the paint is still wet, we can blend. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing right here. We're gonna go back with some detailing later. For now, let's just do the highlighting. Because we want to make use of the time when the paint is still wet. Okay, it's blending time. Again, try to make the middle section a little browner compared to the left section. Okay, like that. Again, try to blend. Make the transition as smooth as possible. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my black just to darken a little bit some areas that I see some darkening or I find to be darkened that needs to be darkened. All right, just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to that later. Let's proceed to the plant. Okay, let's proceed to the plant. Okay, for the plant, let's start with the green color. I'm gonna mix it with white. Okay, I'm gonna mix it with white. Let's first divide the cactus into uh, what do you call that? I don't even know how to call that. You know those separations. Um, I can't explain, but by painting it, I think I can do a little bit of explanation, like practical explanation. Okay. These are like slices of cactus. I can't explain that very well to you guys. I'm so sorry. But you know what I'm talking about for sure, right? I think a lot of us, if not all, have seen a cactus. Okay. These are like the divisions inside the plant. No, 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 no. Not inside the plant, but um, on the plant. Don't worry if this looks like a melon, watermelon, right? Don't you think so? I think so. Okay. The cactus plant does not have like a smooth surface like that. So I'm going to dab onto my green color, mix it with black or brown as long as the color is muted. Okay, and then I'm going to mute it more. And then let's make the edges of the cactus a little uneven, like this. Okay, it's like that. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the left side, on the right side. But of course, since as I mentioned earlier, the left side of this subject is quite dark, quite darker compared to the right side, to the left side. Sorry. So I'm gonna use darker greens to do the edge or um, the side view of this painting. Okay, like that. Okay. See, it's no longer like a ball, a watermelon. Okay, I'm gonna make like the edge more even or more symmetrical. I mean, not perfect, but yeah. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'm gonna dab onto my green again, but this time I'll be mixing it with yellow. So it's yellow green color. And I'll be getting my brown to mute that yellow green color down. I'll be going into some areas between those slices. So first I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna use my hands to directly distribute or to evenly distribute the colors, because if I just use my brush, it won't do the effect that I want. Okay. Okay, right here in the middle section. Okay. Okay, and also right here. Just to brighten this section. Give it dimension actually. Okay, like that. All right. I'm gonna add white to my yellow green so that it looks more bright and pastel-y. Okay, like that. Also a little bit of light colors right here. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go like more white. So I'm gonna mix my brown, my light brown with white. So it's already light. I mean, the brown is already light, but I'm gonna lighten it even more by adding white to that. Okay. So using this light brown, I'm gonna go and create some markings. So like the eyes of the cactus. It's like a pineapple. This is where the thorns are attached. This will make sense later. Here in the middle section. And right here. Okay, and also tiny bit of suggestion of that right here. Okay. For this side, I'm gonna make it more brown because again of the light or absence of light or lack of sufficient light. So I'm gonna use a much darker brown and do the same thing, only that it's darker. Okay. Again, we just be consistent with where the light is coming, and the light is coming from the left side. Okay. Here, just use some dots. All right, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna use again some white and mix with brown. Okay, and a little bit of green. And I'm gonna go and connect this. Okay, maybe more white. I feel like it's too green. It should be more bright. Okay. You can use actually a smaller brush just to connect. Okay, also highlight this portion. Okay, I'm gonna use some browns as well, as long as they're lighter. Okay. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out, or maybe I'm just gonna use another brush. Okay, I'm gonna get my white again and add black to that. It's it's just gray. Okay, you don't want to use pure white at the moment. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting on top of this cactus. Just highlight it, highlight the topmost portion. Okay, and then while we're at it, okay, I'm just gonna highlight again, okay, the rim. The rim, is it the rim or the brim? Okay, I'm gonna add more brown this time. As I go towards the right, add more brown for this portion. Simply because we're still trying to be consistent where the light is coming from. Okay, like that. I'm gonna highlight the back, just like that. Okay, and then some more highlights. We'll be using our palette knife later for some detailing on the pot. Okay. Right, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna get my clean brush because we want to make use of this time to clean the edge Again, if you don't have this on your sketch, you don't have to do this. It's just that I went outside the line, so I'm cleaning it now. But I want you to see me how I'm doing it, so that for those who would like to know how I'm gonna correct that, it's very easy. But yeah, for beginners, let me just show you how I'm doing it. I'm also maximizing my time while waiting for the paints to dry to just do this step. It's not so much of a, but it's gonna help you. Okay. So we wanna make sure that it's clean. Of course, it's up to you if you want to retain that rugged look, but I don't want that. Okay. Some more brightness on the left side. I'm going to create a little bit of patterns. I mean, we could do this with the palette knife, but I want to start it already. Okay, and then let's go back to the plant, which is the main subject of the painting. I'm going to use a very pointy one, okay? I'm going to use this one. I actually don't like this brush simply because I cannot really scrub with this. I think the main purpose of the pointed tip is for you to create, some fur or maybe like hairs. So I'm going to use my brown and black first for the initial thorn painting. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to just use the point because I don't wanna. Okay, so just create the hairs. Okay, this is just very repetitive, so you don't have to worry too much. Okay, just repeat. Okay, maybe here, I'm sorry. Just the sides first. They should appear more dark. And also go in different directions. You don't want to go in one single direction because that will not make your painting look natural. And if we're painting a natural subject, um, we also should paint those irregularities or asymmetries, as I call them. Natural objects are naturally asymmetrical. The forest, um, the waves, they're very asymmetrical, which makes them really beautiful, you know. And just use the tip of the brush, create a little bit of hair-like brush strokes. Okay, now I'm gonna use my brown and maybe light brown. I'm just gonna lighten it. Maybe I'm gonna add white to that. It's too dark. Okay, and now let's just create some mm, thorns. Okay, this is very repetitive, so I don't have to really explain how I'm doing it. It's just it's like writing an asterisk for each dot. Okay, it's very easy, but it's very satisfying as well. So again, as we move towards the right side, we're going to make some darker browns. So I'm going to use my brown, but then again, we want to make sure that it's visible against the dark background. Okay, I mean, it should be darker brown, but only in comparison to this browns, but not against the, it should still be visible. Okay. And I'm going to dab on a little bit of brown on the edge, oh sorry, on the sides, just to give it more interest and just to be real. There should be a variety of brownie colors. Okay, let me check. Okay, this is nice, really nice, and it looks so realistic. Okay, and I also um, okay, want to add a little bit of light browns right here. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what I want. And then I'm gonna get a smaller brush. Okay, I'm gonna dab onto my white and I'm gonna make some dots to highlight some areas. Okay, it's not really what I want. I'm gonna dot some areas. Okay, the dots that you see here, I'm gonna put a tiny dot like right in the middle or somewhere there, just to highlight this part. Okay, also here. And also remember this part, I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna get my yellow mixed with white, and I'm going to create a little bit of a highlight right here on the center. Really emphasize, how bright this part is. And also right here and right here. Okay. I'm gonna mix it with brown to give this area a little bit of highlight, but not too bright. You know that? And also some of that. And I'm gonna mix my green and black. Okay, we want this color also to be appearing right in the background. Actually, should be really, really hairy right there. Okay. And then again, some dark green. I'm gonna use this to create some more depth in between the slices, as I call them, slices of cactus. And I'm just gonna try to reshape it like that. Okay, I don't know why I made it a little bit like this, but it should be, there should be some, okay, like that. I'm gonna darken this. Okay, this is nice. Okay, I'm gonna get my palette knife, all right, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of marking right here. I call it marking. Okay, so I'm gonna get my good old palette knife. I'm gonna dab it onto my, oops, sorry. I'm gonna dab it on some white paints. Okay. And make sure that it's not too painty. So remove the excess paint and I'm gonna just spread it like butter like that. Just like that. Okay, very nice. Just like that. And then I'm gonna go vertical to create a little bit of uneven patterns across the surface of the pot and to make it look more natural, which I'm a fan of. And then I'm gonna apply more on the left side just to highlight it even further. Okay, and I'm gonna use the same thing on my brownie color, and I'm just gonna spread it like that to give it some irregularities. Okay, I love it. I love it. Hmm. Absolutely love this one. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more of glazing, and of course, okay, hold on. I really want to correct. Just gonna reshape it. The bottom of the pot, I really haven't fixed it. Okay, so I'm gonna fix it now. Okay. You can actually overlap, you know, so that you highlight even more the left side. You can do some overlapping paintings. I mean, brush strokes, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my yellow and green colors. I'm gonna get my yellow and green colors, and I'm going to glaze the the left side with this. Okay, just to highlight it even more, and also right here, also right here. A little bit of that color right here. Okay, I'm gonna get my black. Let's do some detailing on top. Okay, let's create some black lines somewhere for depth. Yeah, I really love this one. It's very nice. And as I told you, I love painting cactuses or cacti, if you want to be really, really technical about that. Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna use a little bit of dark colors. So I'm gonna dab onto my black and I'm gonna water it down. I want to make sure that this is darker. So let me just do some more shadowing because I already lost that because of too much glazing. Okay. Don't forget to add some shadows. Okay, right here. And then I'm going to use this glaze to darken, of course, the left side. Oh, the right side, sorry. To give it more contrast. Just use the glazing technique, okay? You don't have to like smudge the paints. Just slightly glide your brush. Okay, right here. Just more definition. Gonna mix it with brown. Again, just for definition, okay? Okay, right. Just like that. I love that. I'm gonna lighten it a bit right here. Just a tiny bit of highlight. Also, right here. Just tiny bit. Perfect. I love it. Okay, using another brush, I want to um, apply some white just in the middle. Just to highlight, this part. I mean, you don't want to you don't want to do this thing if you're not really confident because you might smudge. I mean, we're fine actually. It's just my preference to just do a little bit extra. Okay, it's up to you to follow. I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. It's really up to you, but I would appreciate it if you try. Okay, just try, and then if you don't like it, and paint over it again. Gonna add more white dots because I think I missed this part. Or maybe I glazed too much. Okay, I'm gonna add tiny bit of browny colors. Oh, I really love this one. Okay. And then some more highlights on top. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that. I'm gonna remove that. So weird looking. Gonna do a little bit of white um, thorns right here so that it gets highlighted. I mean, the painting is already nice and you can actually do away with this step. I'm just fine tuning everything. Adding more details makes me, I think it's just a personal preference, but you can stop at any point now, actually. Mhm. Yeah, like that. A little bit of white spots right there. Absolutely love it. And of course, the left side should be highlighted so you can scratch some remaining white paints over that area. Yep. Yes, that's how I like it. Okay, I think I'm gonna sign this now. This is so nice, right? I'm gonna sign this now. Oh, by the way, I forgot because yeah, we need to highlight this part of the pot. Sorry about that. I forgot. Totally forgot. Like that. And the back should have a little bit of highlight. You don't want to forget that. And it continues right here, but slightly browny color than white. Okay. Like that. Let me check. It's perfect. And just to balance things a bit, I'm gonna add a little definition to finish off the pot because we don't want to miss that part. Let me check. Okay, better, better, better. And I think I'm gonna sign it now. I'm really happy about this one. I'm gonna sign it now. Where's my signature? Okay, I'm gonna use my black. Okay, and I'm gonna sign right here. Okay, so we're finished. I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. And I hope you paint along with me. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section below. If you're painting along with me, let me know as well in the comment section below. And see you in my next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye! Love you!